In this example, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at verifying or proving this cofunction identity. So we have the sine of, and it looks like the difference of two angles, pi over 2 and x, and that's going to equal the cosine of x. Well, what is it that we really have? Well, pi over 2 is going to be 90 degrees, so 90 minus x, along with this angle x. So it appears that we have two complementary angles. So the sine of one angle equals the cosine of its complement. Well, sure, we know that to be true. Let's go ahead and employ the difference identity here for sine, and we'll go ahead and show that. So the difference identity says that we have the sine of two angles that we're subtracting, A and B, and that expansion is going to be the sine of A, which is that first angle, times the cosine of B, which is that second angle, minus the sine of B times the cosine of A. So we're going to go ahead and say that this pi over 2 is going to be my A, which goes here and here. And we're going to say this x is going to be the b, which goes here and here. Okay, so let's go ahead and use this expansion and see what we have. So the sine of a, so it's the sine of pi over 2, times the cosine of b, so the cosine of x, minus the sine of b, which was x, times the cosine of a, which is pi over 2, and we're saying that is going to equal the cosine of x. And again, that cosine of x here just comes from its original identity. All right, well, let's do some simplification here to this left side and see what we have. Well, the sine of pi over 2, so the sine of 90 degrees is 1. So I can replace a 1 right there times the cosine of x minus the sine of x times, and the cosine of pi over 2, or the cosine of 90, is 0. So this multiplication by 0 actually takes this entire piece of the expression and basically does away with it. So what I have then is 1 times cosine x, which is cosine x, equals, well, cosine x. So we see that that indeed does work. And again, going back to the original, the sine of the complement of an angle and the cosine of the angle itself will always be equal because sine and cosine have that relationship with complementary angles. And we went ahead and showed that by using the difference angle identity for sine.